we've played some good home games, but it's been a while since we've won a game on the road. So this was, concentration was good. Defense was very solid. Had a chance to hold them under 30 for 4 quarters. The end of the last quarter got us, the free throws. They threw in a couple shots, but all in all, the balance was good. 34 assists is great. Our second unit was sensational in this game. But Jalen Smith and Nwora really were exceptional off the bench. Nwora he just gave us a lot of presence. He scored the ball. He was running in transition. He was solid defensively, rebounded, a lot of good stuff. And, Jalen Smith, five block shots. And, he kind of anchored the defense for that second group. So, but everybody played well. McConnell played well. Our starters did a good job. So, really good win for us.
Rick, you and I talked before the game about the turnovers. You guys only had 10, and they only scored 14 points off those. So you guys really seemed like you did a great job of managing that tonight.
Yeah, and it was one of the points of emphasis in the game plan. This was Jenny Busik's scout, and, the film we watched this morning, had a lot of content on how they disrupt, particularly with their 2 guards off the bench, Suggs and Anthony, and Fultz gets up and pressures too. So did a solid job there. And, when you keep turnovers down, our rebounding, let's see, 55, wasn't great, but, we did a good enough job to get the job done in the game. So, a very good effort.
That start of the third quarter, you guys started 17-2. Tyrese had some passes. Myles was scoring in the paint. When you see Tyrese like that, sort of controlling the tempo, it's got to make you feel pretty confident, comfortable standing over there on the sideline.
As long as he's dressed and out there playing, I feel really good all the time. And he has the controls. I mean, he's calling 98% of the plays out there. And so his pulse on the game was terrific. His 3 at the end of the third quarter was huge. It was a bit of a stretch, running him the entire quarter. He was tired. He was exerting a lot of energy both ends. But the 3 in front of their bench to put it back to 8 points was big. And then, the second group did a terrific job starting the fourth quarter, and we were able to finish.
Tyrese and Myles seem to have such a great connection. Can you speak to their chemistry and how it's developed over the course of the season?
Well, this has been a wonderful opportunity for Myles to play with, a playmaking guard of Tyrese's caliber. I don't know if this is still the case, but a couple of weeks ago we checked, they were top 5 or 6 in the league as a successful pick and roll connection. And so, that's pretty amazing. And Myles is getting all different kinds of stuff. He's getting rolls for dunks. He's getting a little bit of mid-range. He's getting good looks at threes. And he's getting some late passes underneath for dunks as well. And I just love the force that he's playing with. But Tyrese has had a wonderful impact on Myles and certainly the rest of the team. But the connection those 2 guys have has been special.
Coach, you guys had 35 assists on 45 made field goals. How happy were you with the unselfish play?
I see 34 assists, but I was happy with it nonetheless. Yeah, and I thought even though we scored a lot of points in the Boston game, we dribbled a lot in that game. This morning we talked about more ball movement, more trusting the pass. We had a walk through in a ballroom this morning, and the ball was a half full bottle of water, and so we had the second unit. I said, hey, just start the ball moving, and until something happens, and it's a different mindset. It's how you have to play to be successful in the playoffs, because play calling just doesn't really work. And so one of the championship habits that we're trying to build, or one of the championship skills, is the ability to play a free-flowing game. I watched the Dallas-San Antonio game last night, and San Antonio does a great job of moving the ball, cutting, just keeping it constant movement. Now they've had a rough stretch because they've traded some of their guys and stuff like that, but they really move the ball. And tonight we showed signs of doing that. And against a team as good defensively as Orlando has been this month, there's no other way to beat them. There really isn't.
I thought it was a low-scoring game in the first half, especially for us, 50, whatever. We're both in the 50s. So we knew we were due for a big quarter. We always feel that way. So came out, got enough stops that we were able to run, get in transition. And, we said it all year. When we're able to play in transition, we're a really tough team to stop.
Always tough to win on the road. You guys had not won on the road since December when you beat Boston and Miami back-to-back. How much of that was weighing on you? How does it feel to get that off?
Well, I think it's less of worrying about the last time we've won a road game and just the last time we've won a game. It just feels like it's been forever. And we felt like that Boston game, last game against Boston, we felt like that was a game for us where we kind of felt like we got our swagger back a little bit, and felt like we were playing the right brand of basketball that we've been playing when we were winning. So it felt good, and we're just trying to keep rolling.
They had really made a push. You guys got that 14, 16-point lead. They cut it down to 5. You hit a big 3 to end the third quarter. What was the key there? What were you looking for?
It got in transition. I wanted a dunk, but Jordan got threw it a little high. I think I only shot 8 or 9 shots today, so just picking my spots of when to be aggressive, and I knew I had to be better in the second half. So it was a big shot for us and one we needed.
When you're on a 4-game road trip, it's always key to get that first one. How important was this one for you guys?
It's important. It's important. I think it gives us a lot of confidence. We get a lot of days in Dallas where we got a lot of guys, with family ties and things like that. So guys are excited to get to Dallas, and it's obviously a really good team. We're excited to compete with them, and hopefully try to get back on the winning side of things.
I guess one final thing, you speak about Dallas, Myles Turner returning home. Boy, is he playing well right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in a comfortable place, and I think he's doing a really good job of picking his spots, not forcing anything, and just letting the game come to him. He had 40 last game. It didn't even never felt like he forced a shot. It just was everything was in the flow of the offense, and we got guys that are finding him. We're playing a good brand of basketball on offense.
Can you speak about your chemistry with Myles?
All right, Myles, you back up a 40-point game, but more importantly, 24 and the win. How good did this one feel?
It just felt good to win, man. Individual performances are nice, but at the same time, it's nice to get back in the win column. I know we haven't had a road win here in a while, so this is a big one for the team morale.
You had 10 of your points in the third quarter. You guys started the quarter in the third on a 17-2 run. What was working for you guys to take that lead?
I think we just put our heads down. We're being aggressive, and obviously Ty is the head of the snake, and I think he made a lot of stuff go for us tonight. I think Drew played a exceptional game tonight as well, and so did Jalen Smith. Man, he's doing what he's doing.
I look back at a few weeks ago when you stayed with the Pacers, signed the extension. You're in a great place right now. You're playing some great basketball. How does that feel?
That's a great question. I just think that I'm comfortable. I'm where I want to be. I'm growing with a young team that's hungry, and I think we're just trying to get better and better every day, and that's the main goal of this whole thing. And I have a lot of, like I said, I have a lot of belief in this city, a lot of belief in this program, a lot of belief in the guys in this locker room. So, that was a big initial, fact for me wanting to stay here.
Now, Tuesday night, though, you get to go home and you play in Dallas again. What is that experience like for you going back to Dallas?
Oh, it's amazing. I look forward to it every year. I got a lot of friends and family that are going to come out and, come out here to support. And it's going to go out there and just the same thing, try to get another road win.
I feel like I'm learning every day with these guys. Everybody's been super helpful. Like I said, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad I'm here with these guys, and everybody's been helping me out a lot. So it's been good.
It wasn't just the points tonight. You had 8 rebounds and 5 assists. I think people know you can score, but you've shown you can do a lot of other things as well, right?
Yeah, I can do a lot of other things. I'm now getting a chance to show that, and now it's just about making the most of the opportunity. This is stuff I know I can do, and now I'm in a position to showcase it.
How much of an advantage is it to have George Hill here for you, who's played for the Pacers, who's familiar with the franchise? How impactful has he been?
It's been great, having him around. Same thing back in Milwaukee. Him coming here with me has been super important. He's helped me out a lot. There's a guy I was really close to in Milwaukee, just carrying over here. All the advice and bits of knowledge, he's given me has really helped.
On a 4-game road trip, it's always good to get the first one. How important is that to get started for these 4 games?
It's super important. Now we just got to, keep it going and keep the ball rolling.
I feel good. Obviously one of our big emphasis on this team is paint presence, and that's something that we lead the NBA in. And, obviously Myles has a big deal with that, and Isaiah has a big deal with it. I just try to get my fair share in there, here and there. And pretty much that was just my job tonight, being that defensive anchor for the second unit.
I think it always shows. Rick Carlisle says, hey, you got to be ready any night. Tonight was your night, right?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, just being a professional. I mean, things. That's just how it is, Sometimes you don't play, sometimes you play, and obviously being a young player, it's gonna be you're gonna have those DMPs and you're gonna have those minutes where you gotta go in and play hard for those seconds. So it's just a matter of being ready and just having the right mindset.
To start a road trip like this with a pretty dominant win, that has to make you guys feel good going into the Dallas game on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's never fun losing in the NBA, and I mean, obviously we know how tough it is to win in the NBA, especially on the road, and for us to go out and play, I feel as though that we executed at a high level tonight, and we've pretty much really locked in on defense, and that's what helped us win the game, and that's just a confidence booster for this road trip.